I'm Krystle. I've loved dolls my whole life. I collect everything from porcelain to cloth, American Girl, neonates, and real care dolls. But my favorite is to collect and make reborn dolls. There's Chloe, Grace, Jeremy, Maya, Yuki, Savannah, Zoe, Hayley, Landon, Maci, and Joshua. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it sure is a lot of fun. Hi guys, I'm here to do Twin Tuesday, and this week I am changing Hayley, and she actually is currently wearing another outfit that we used for Twin Tuesday, I believe. So she hasn't been changed since then. So today she is going to be matching with her cousin Maci, and they are going to be wearing this Carter's set that has a blue onesie with an embroidered llama on it, and the llama has some pink flowers near her ear. She's got a little pink bird perched on her back on top of the blanket that's on her back, and the blanket is navy blue with white, pink, and blue flowers, and the shorts that go with it are the same print as the blanket on her back. And funny enough, the color of the onesie is almost very similar in color to the onesie that she's already wearing, which is also a Carter's onesie, but it's the Walmart Carter's brand. I would say the one that she's wearing right now is more blue, whereas this one's sort of like a turquoisey blue almost, but they're both shades of blue. So we're gonna get her changed into that. So last week I worked Monday and Wednesday, and then I think it was on Wednesday earlier in the day, Jay's mom asked if I would be able to come in the next day in the morning, just for a few hours while they took the new baby to his doctor's appointment at Sick Kids. And I was like, yeah, no problem. But all day Wednesday, Jay was in a very strange mood, very, very cranky. He was just like wanting to be with his dad the whole time. Like, he was just very clingy to his dad. And just anything would set him off crying, which is not like him at all. And so at first, you know, we were all sort of thinking maybe it's, you know, him just getting used to the new baby and things like that. But then during his nap, a really strange thing happened. Is he woke up crying, and that part's not totally unusual. He will occasionally in the middle of nap start to cry, but it's not like a really like urgent loud cry. It's just sort of like a couple of little whimpers and then he goes back to sleep. Or he'll cry out for like a couple of seconds and then he'll roll over and go back to sleep within like 5 minutes. But this time it was different. The cry right off the bat to me was different. It was like a very panicked cry. So I thought maybe he had a bad dream. I did give it, you know, about a minute or two just to see if he would go back down on his own, but his cry started to get more hysterical and more urgent. So I went up to see what was going on, and I thought, I'm just going to not turn the lights on or anything like that, and I'm not going to engage a whole lot, and I'm just going to go in and try and comfort him and calm him down and get him back to sleep, because at that point he hadn't even slept a full hour, and usually he sleeps a solid 2 to 3 hours for nap. So, because otherwise if he doesn't, he can be kind of cranky. So I went upstairs and just quietly got him up and comforting him in my arms, rocking him. They have a rocking chair now in his room, so I sat down in the rocking chair with him and just reassured him, gave him, you know, hugs and cuddles, and rocked him in the rocking chair. And eventually he did calm down, and I could tell his eyelids were fluttering like he was going to start to go to sleep. So I thought, okay, I'm going to try to put him back down in the crib. I was nervous because I didn't know if he would like start crying again, but he rolled over and went right back to sleep. So I was like, okay. And then from that point on, though, his sleep was very, very restless. Like, I could see him on the monitor just like tossing and turning periodically, and occasionally he'd kind of like whimper a little, and then he'd go back to sleep, and it was just like not a restful nap. So finally he stood up in his crib and was wide awake. So he had about, I guess it was about a 2.5 hour nap all in all. And so anyways, I went to, I know that when I was comforting him before to get him back down, he felt warm to me at that time. But I thought, well, it could just be from sleeping, because I know from working in daycare that you are not supposed to take a child's temperature right when they wake up, because you can get an inaccurate reading because they might be hot from just napping or the blankets or whatever. So you're always supposed to wait about 20 to 30 minutes before taking the temperature. So like I said, I went to get him up from nap, and he felt very hot to me. And when I was changing his diaper, his eyes just had like a glazed over kind of look, and just, I don't know, like just didn't look like himself. And I had a sneaking suspicion he was sick, and wasn't feeling well, and possibly had a fever. So even though I just said, like, you're not supposed to take temperature right away, I decided to take the temperature anyways, just as a point of reference. And at that point, it was 99.7, I believe. So I was like, okay, now we'll wait the 20 minutes, and then I'll check again in 20 minutes. So we went downstairs. We did a little painting activity that I had set up, and he really didn't have the attention span he usually does to do the activity. He just kind of did it quickly, and then was kind of like off and like not really wanting to do it. So again, not really like him. And so then once we were finished the activity and I cleaned it up and everything, I was like, okay, now I'm gonna take his temperature again. And then it came up as 100.8. So I was like, okay, yeah, you definitely have a fever. Now at this point, by this point, I was scheduled, my shift was going to be ending in about, I would say, 15 minutes. So I was like, I don't know if I should go ahead and give him Tylenol right now or just wait, because the parents might be back any minute now. because they just went for a walk with the baby. So I just texted the mom right away, or called her. Sorry, I called her because I was like, I want to talk to her right away. So I called her, told her what was going on, and she was like, oh, we're just literally right around the corner, so we'll be there in a sec. And they're like, we'll just give him the Tylenol when we get in. So I was like, okay, no problem. So yeah, so basically they got home just like a minute or two later, and they gave him the Tylenol. Yeah, so I felt bad. He wasn't feeling well, and so basically what ended up happening is the next morning, they messaged me and said not to worry about coming in because he still had a fever. So they just said to stay home, just, you know, because of course, like right now with the virus and everything, we have to be careful. So they just said stay home, and the dad was going to stay home with him. And so yeah, anyways, so this past weekend, on Sunday, Alex and I took a little day trip outside of the city. It's like about an hour and a half drive. We went to Paris, Ontario. It was my first time, well, both of our first time visiting there. It's a very, very tiny town. It's not very big at all, and it didn't take us long at all to walk through the downtown area. Fortunately, we didn't really consider the fact that it was a Sunday. We didn't look into the hours of the stores on the main strip, and a lot of the stores were closed. But a lot of the stores were not really stores we were interested in shopping in. So basically we got there right around noon, and so first thing we did was we had lunch at this nice little restaurant that we ended up getting a table near the window that looked out to the river. So that was nice. And I had fish and chips. And then once we finished eating there, we were there for quite a while because the service was pretty slow. It was pretty busy, and anyways, the service was a little slower than we were hoping for. We understood they were busy, but it's still like, it took forever just to get our appetizer of garlic bread. Like, that shouldn't take that long to get. So anyways, I enjoyed the fish and chips though. They were really good. And so after that, we decided to walk around, and we went into a couple of shops. We went into sort of like a crafter's marketplace sort of thing. And then we went into a children's clothing boutique. It was all homemade clothes, and it actually turned out that they were selling also some handmade American Girl clothes. So I ended up getting a couple of shirts for my dolls there. And anyways, yeah, I got a couple of things, not a whole lot. And then the main thing that we spent at was we went to the Paris bakery, and we got some goodies from there. I got an apple fritter, and I also got an apple crumble shortbread cake kind of thing. And then Alex got, I forget what he got. It was like some sticky toffee thing and some kind of a caramel tart or something. So we did that, and then we went to the chocolate store and got a bunch of different chocolates and things like that. Then from there, we decided to take a walk over to this little park, and you could walk. There was like a walkway near the river, but you couldn't get like, it wasn't right at the river that the path was, but we did find actually a little path that led through part of the wooded area, and we were able to follow that down. And we were able to stand right by the river, so that was nice. It was nice and quiet. So we just kind of sat there for a little while, and then we walked back over to the main street, and then from there we went onto another bridge that overlooked another part of the river, and there we got to see, I've never seen this in the wild before, but there was a big crane sitting in the river, or just standing in the river. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a crane there. Like, that's amazing. That's a type of bird. And then there was also, of course, Canadian geese in the river. So yeah, and then from there we drove, it was maybe like a 5-minute drive from there. We drove to this little mom and pop soft serve ice cream place, and we got some ice cream before heading back home. So we did not have dinner that day because we were still full from a late lunch, because by the time we actually got our food, like, and finished our food, it was kind of later. It was like around 3. So yeah, so we were still full from dinner plus the ice cream, so we didn't bother with the dinner that night. Or sorry, we were full from lunch and the ice cream, and so we didn't have dinner. But it was a nice little day out of the city. And then I was supposed to go to work yesterday, but I got a text again in the morning from Jay's parents just saying that he still was under the weather, and they just thought it would be best for me to stay home. So I got the day off, which is funny because Alex decided to take yesterday off, and like he had messaged his boss on Sunday to see if he could take it off, and she said yes. And then, you know, we got up Monday morning thinking he was going to drive me to work, and then I got the text from the mom saying not to come. So anyways, I did get a message today though from Jay's mom saying he is much better today, and they did see the doctor today for his shots and got the okay that it's safe for me to come back to work tomorrow. And now I only have 2 days left with them, Wednesday and Friday, and then I'm finished. And I'm just so sad about it, guys. Like, I'm happy I was able to line up something so I won't be out of work. And the new family does seem really nice, and they've agreed to my higher rate, which is awesome. Like, I'll be making more money. And they included some extra things in my contract that I usually don't get. So they've been great so far in that sense. And they seem very nice and everything, and it's closer to home. There's a lot of positives about the new position, but it still doesn't change the fact that I am really, really loving this family I'm working for. I was so looking forward to watching the new baby grow, and I haven't even had a chance to hold the new baby yet, so I'm hoping that the next 2 days that I'm there, I'll be able to hold the baby at least once or twice before I go, because I just was looking forward to getting the baby cuddles in. And so I just really I just love Jay, and I love his parents. I love their sense of humor. We just seem to mesh really well, and I'm sad. I'm sad that it's ending. Like, I really was hoping I was going to be with them for a few years, so it's just a bummer. But next Wednesday I'll be starting my new job, so I know Alex is looking forward to the fact that it's like a 10-minute drive, so when he has to drive me to and from, it'll work out really well. And even the days that I will have to take the bus there myself in the morning, he can still actually pick me up, because I'll be finishing at 6, which is usually around the time that Alex gets home from work. So he'll be able to actually pick me up. So we'll be able to save money on bus fare, and it'll be a way faster commute. So there's good things about the new position. I'm just trying to focus on those, but I'm still really, really sad about this job ending. But anyways, guys, that's it. So here's Hayley, and she looks super cute in this. I was originally going to do Savannah, but these are those, like, you know, those little, like, sleeves that sort of are shorter, or like, I don't even know how, like, they're kind of those cut off or ruffle sleeves. And Hayley has full arms, so they totally work. Savannah has the cloth shoulders, so these kind of shirts don't work as well on her. So I figured I would put it on Hayley. So anyways, I will be having a video coming up. I guess it'll be my next doll break video. Is going to be a haul. Like, I want to show you the couple of things that I found in Paris, as well as I have a few items that came from Etsy as well that I want to share with you. So stay tuned for that. And let's see if I can turn her like this so you can see the outfit a little more. There it is. That's cute. So there you can see the adorable llama on her shirt, and she is sound asleep. She slept through the whole video. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing Hayley. Please go and check out My Reality with Nicole and see her baby Maci wearing the same outfit. I will link to her video in the description of this video, so be sure to click it and go and subscribe to Nicole's channel. Alright guys, we'll see you next time. Bye!